I don't see one of these every day in a detailing video, so I thought it would be a lot of fun. I've dealt with crane companies for a lot of years. The touchless two-step method just gets them real clean really quick without a lot of physical contact, without any physical contact. I don't know if any of you out there have ever washed a crane by hand, but I know I haven't, and I never will. Today's theme is gonna be touch-free. I'm not gonna lay a finger on this thing. I'm gonna use our touchless Stars and Stripes. I'm gonna use our touchless snake oil SiO2 sealant, and I'm only using cold water. I'm not using heat. Heat would be helpful. If I had it, it would make the job a lot easier, a lot faster. I might put heat in down the road. For now, I really like to see what I can do with just the soaps. And my water quality is also not very good. I have about 5.5 grain water hardness. So that's a little bit of an inhibitor on the performance of the soap as well. I see a lot of customers with hardness like that. So I like to embrace the water quality and the lack of heat that I have here because it reflects more what someone could actually expect. So my last video I did, I had a F350 in here from a buddy of mine. Now on that video, one fellow was commenting, wants a new vehicle with sand. If only Stars and Stripes actually worked anything like this, it would be so fantastic. I have a fleet of 70 vehicles I need to keep clean. I've tried the products multiple times now with the same results each and every time. Can't tell it was washed. He said I even mixed the product 50-50 in the cannons. Well, first off, thank you for grabbing my soaps. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you giving them a shot and trying to figure it out. I don't think you need to mix it 50-50. That's kind of strong. I would just mix it 3/4 water, 1/4 soap of each soap in each cannon. And then I would make sure the knob on the top of the cannon's tightened all the way. And then I would put the soaps on one over the other, come back to it a minute later and rinse really close. I'm guessing that you might be rinsing from like if this was the vehicle's surface, you might be like over here, like maybe 2 feet away. Bring it in like this, 8 to 12 inches. The power washer, if you have a 25-degree nozzle, it'll spread the pressure out. It'll have just enough impact on the surface to remove any of the dirt and road film. The soaps just loosen it up. The pressure is half of the wash. So I rinse close and I rinse from the bottom up so that I don't miss a spot with the pressure. Once I get to the top of the section, I rinse the soaps off top down. That's how I do it. Give that a shot and let me know how that works because I'm really curious and I think we can help you out. And if that doesn't work, just give us a call because we help people out all the time to get the best results. All right, let's get this thing clean. So I have 750 milliliters of water right here. That's what you want. This is the Stars pre-soak. And we'll just top this off right here. One thing that's helpful is to pre-dilute these soaps. So if you have a 5-gallon pail, you can replicate this by putting about 4 gallons of water into a 5-gallon pail and then adding a full gallon of the concentrate. And then you would just pour without measuring straight into the cannon. That saves a lot of time. If you're doing a big project, you're gonna refill the cannons a lot. And then on the top knob here, this knob actually determines the amount of soap that comes out. The manufacturers call this an air knob. Really what happens is it just draws more soap. You do actually want to max it out to maximum draw. The reason I pre-cut the soaps here and then max this is that's the best way with a foam cannon that I can get you to just about the right strength that the soaps are designed for. Let's mix up the next one. Same thing with this one, doing 3/4 water. Oh my God. This little thing here is called a mezzo valve made by MTM Hydro. Just a nice shortcut to hold 2 foam cannons and allow you to switch between them with just pressing these buttons. All right, so let's see what we can do. All right, well, all dried off. Let's see what we got. This is the wheel that just got the rinse with no soap. Where you really see it is in the rubber. Like the rubber is just not really clean. Still got some junk in there, and you would still have this kind of haze that's everywhere. It's just a sort of fogginess on the surface. That's the road film I'm talking about. So the soaps serve to clean up things like the rubber, to get that film off of there. And when we use the soap on, you can see the rubber is nice and dark, like it's been cleaned. There's no junk on it anymore. And even though this aluminum is not like perfect or anything, it's a lot cleaner. Like you can see it on this chrome here. The film is gone. So that's what the touchless soaps do, is they primarily loosen up that road film. Let's see what we got. All right, so we got our side we put the soap on, and our side we didn't put the soap on. I probably could have hit this harder with the rinse here, but the difference is substantial, honestly. This is what I mean when I say not 100%. Although it's pretty clean. I don't know. I was gonna show you like some flaws in this, but on this side, I can put my finger across this. You know, this is what I think of when I think of not washed, you know, like the heavy stuff got knocked off by the pressure, but you still got that film. And that's really the difference between using the Stars and Stripes and not, is that, you know, even though this paint isn't like perfect in itself, there's none of that stuff left over. I think at this point we'll see what we have in the gallon jugs. I'll mark them, and then I'll just start washing this thing down, see how much soap we use and how long it takes. And I'm just gonna use the foam cannons because that's what's mostly widely used by my customers. So let's see how this goes. Let's start measuring how much soap we're gonna use. I filled these both back up to the 750 milliliter mark with water, and then I'm gonna top them off with my soaps. And I'm gonna mark these soaps. We're just gonna measure this like real old school. I'm gonna Sharpie these where they're at, and then we'll see where they are when I'm done. Make it easy. Actually, let me do this on the floor so it's not, you know, people ask me all the time, like, how many washes am I gonna get? The thing is, you know, people ask me that, and man, no one ever specifies what they're washing, you know? It's like, you're gonna get less washes on this than you are on a Honda Civic, you know? So here we go, this is the mark. See it right there? That's the mark right there. Right there, see that? Hey man, here we go. So that's what one fill up out of the foam cannon looks like in the gallon jug. All right, so here's my plan. Because I do want to move the camera around a little bit with me, I'm gonna wash on the clock here, and I'm gonna just pause this when I set up my shots, because that takes some time. And I want to get a more accurate idea of what, you know, what the actual wash time is. So, all right, so here we go. All right, it's go time. Let's do this. 2 minutes. Not bad. I did not include the time I spent refilling my foam cannons though. I refilled them 4 times. I won't know how good it came out until it's dry though, that's the thing, is everything looks good wet. So each one of these marks, this is when it was full, and then I filled up the foam cannon again here, and then I filled up the foam cannon again here, and then I filled it up here. So it took 4 fill-ups, which means I used 1,000 milliliters of each step, and they actually broke down pretty evenly. So I usually use a hair more of this first step because I'm going on the first pass. I tend to take a little longer to be happy with how much foam is on there. I actually still have maybe 1/3 of each foamer left. So you use a little bit of soap when you're washing a crane. For the sake of answering the question of how many washes you're gonna get, let's do the math. Hey Siri, how many milliliters are in a gallon?
1 gallon is 3,785.41 milliliters.
Okay, 3,785.41 milliliters. Doesn't really look like a fourth. I think we're overfilling these a little bit. I would say roughly ballpark, if you want to know how many washes you're going to get, you can count on about 4 washes on a Terex crane out of a set of gallon sizes of Stars and Stripes. So that's pretty cool. I'd like to keep seeing how much soap it takes to tackle different kinds of vehicles. Obviously, you get quite a few washes on a normal Kenworth, especially if you get into the smaller stuff, like you get into like a car or a pickup truck, you get a ton of washes out of that. The last thing I'm gonna do, this is also gonna be a touchless thing. I'm gonna use the snake oil on this, and this is gonna seal this whole thing and make it bead for a few months, protect it from the salt and whatnot. So this stuff I'm gonna put into one of these foam cannons, douse this whole thing and rinse it off, and then we'll see what this thing looks like in the morning. Okay, so for mixing up the snake oil, I'm gonna do the same thing. 750 water, 250 snake oil. That's about 3 to 1. On my directions for snake oil, I actually have it at 8 to 1 to 10 to 1, which is, that's about how far you can stretch it. But the thing is, I wanna reduce how often I'm refilling, because it's getting later. I kind of started this a little late, and I'd like to only fill this up like 1 time. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna cut it at 3 to 1, and then I'm gonna just edge the knob on the top of the foam cannon back a little bit. This knob is at all the way to the positive side, all the way loose. I don't know, a few clicks. Think about 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. That's why we have other systems that can mix the soap automatically. That would be a little more suitable for something like this, but I just kind of felt like tackling it with foam cannons and just seeing how that process goes. It's go time. This is the second foam cannon. I filled up 2 at that strength. So I did the front, back, and passenger side with that first fill up. Need a little more to wrap it up. See how we did. Ha! 30 minutes. That's not bad at all. And it's the next morning. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's clean. Wow. Let's see what we got here. Damn. I'm using the same side of this on all these spots. Jeez. What in the heck? Oh man, this is just unbelievable. I don't know why I just wanted to do it with foam cannons, just to see how many refills it would take. I was kind of curious, but that's the main reason why customers buy my Real Deal kit. So this injector right here would be much more appropriate. This is easy because there's no refills. It just pulls straight out of the gallons, and it's automatically measuring the soaps for you with this ratio tip that's right in here. So this is a big improvement. The foamer itself is just hard piped in. You have this twist valve here to turn on and off your foam, so you can go back and forth from rinse without detaching anything, and that saves a lot of time. The main thing is it's easier. One of the most helpful things with window cleaning is having the right rag. This is from the rag company. I actually get these in bulk from them and resell them at the same price, but they help a lot. They don't leave lint behind. Combined with a nice glass cleaner, like this stuff is tint safe, acrylic safe. It's good. Oh yeah. She uses air fresheners, so I'm just going to use the unscented interior cleaner for this stuff. Oh. Yeah, much better. Got a lot of glass to clean in here. Oh man. Glass on the outside ain't that clean on the roof. I probably should have busted out my scissor lift for this job. Too late now. Oh, heck yeah. Someone told me recently to try using an HVLP sprayer to apply my tire shine. And I thought that would go along well with my completely touchless theme. I've got this thing. I used to use this when I would do epoxy coatings in the equipment I would build years ago. I haven't been using it, and I think maybe this would be a great opportunity to bust this thing out. This is a 3M PPS paint something system. It's really good. It's actually kind of cool because you have these disposable liners. What's nice about these is you can use them upside down. A little bit in there. So then this little lid goes on here Tighten this down. And this piece here, they just kind of do that. So it's nice because like then your HVLP sprayer can spray upside down. But it's very small. I think they make a bigger one. I might grab a bigger one if this works. Let's try this out. Might be a little messy until I figure it out. I'm not sure if you want really low pressure or like... Oh, this is so great. Oh yeah, touch free. It's actually using very little of the tire shine too. Wow. The only thing I don't know about is the overspray aspect, you know? Is there any point? I mean, I include a sprayer with this, like a normal trigger kind, you know? But this seems to apply it much nicer. Yeah, I have a hard time cleaning these touchlessly because they move around, so the pressure doesn't really hit like it does on solid surfaces, but let's make it disappear. And I did say I would not touch this truck, so I make it look good however we can.